Hello and welcome back to another video on land surface temperature in Google Earth Engine. So I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are. In this video, we are going to perform land surface temperature on the Earth surface at a different location, a specific location, using Google Earth Engine and the MODIS dataset from Google Earth Engine. So to get started is you need to have your Google Earth Engine up and running, as mine here. And so to get started, you need to have your dataset imported, and to do that you need to go to your browser or your search places for datasets in your Google Earth Engine, and then you need to type in this code here. So it is modis /061/mod11a1, and this will search for your land surface temperature raster image from Google Earth Engine. You need to click on that dataset here, and you can see the description of the land surface temperature on the Earth surface. And then they also have some preview image here that you can look at it, and maybe you can also try to emulate the colors of what they've got here. Down here you can see they have the dataset provider. This is NASA, and then we have the collection snippet, which is a snippet that we shall use to import our dataset to our code. But before that, let's take a look at the description. So the description says that mod 11a1 v6.1 product provides daily land surface temperature, which is LST, and emissivity values in a 1200 by 1200 kilometer grid, and the temperature value is derived for the mod 11L2 swath product. You can read through this description and get to understand what the data is all about. Let's take a look at the bands. So here are some of the bands. We have resolution is 1000 meters. And the bands here you can see in this table, we have the first one is the LST day 1 kilometer, which is the daytime land surface temperature. Then we have the minimum value is 7,500 and the maximum value is above 65,000. The units is in Kelvin because this is the temperature. The scale is 0.02, so we shall use this scale to convert to degrees Celsius. Then the other band is the QC day, which is the daytime LST quality indicators. We also have the QC day bit mask. These are the bands that you can use to remove clouds. Let's say if you're working on a surface that has cloud cover, you may need to use these to manage or remove the clouds at the place. The other band is the day view time, which is the local time of day observation. We have the day view angle. We have the LST night. This is the nighttime land surface temperature. So if let's say you don't want to get the daytime land surface temperature, you can also use the land surface temperature at night time. So in this tutorial we shall only do the daytime and not the night. You can also read through the terms of use, citations, and DOIs. So you need only to export these. So what I'll do is I'll do the collection snippet and copy that. Then you can also import directly. You can click on import, and this is going to import to your project. But for my case, I like using the code editor so much, so just say copy the collection snippet and then write a variable here that says modis underscore LST underscore data is equal to, so variable modis LST data is equal to the collection snippet. So you paste this collection snippet there sorry, and then you just save. So to save your project, if you have not saved your project, mine is ls underscore UAE. You need to, when you click on save or Control S, I shall prompt you to save your project, so you can give it any name that you like. So the next thing is that we need to import the assets, which is the shapefile for our project. And here I already have my shapefile ready. So this is the UAE here. I'm just going to click on import to script. Yes, so if I do that, you can see here that I have the script here. I'm going to rename this as UAE like that, and then click on enter. So the next thing after you imported your both datasets, that is the shapefile and the image collection, you need now to select the properties. Okay, so after you've done that, you now need to select the properties or some of the properties from the collection, the image collection. So you need to filter out the dates for your for the dates that the period you want to work on, and also the band. So to do that, you just need to say filter date filter date, and this is going to be, I'm only going to work with the February month. So from this is 2022 to from February date 1st, like that, up to the end of the month. So 2022 February February, like that, then 28th. Okay, so after doing that, the next thing is I would like to select the band. So I'll say select select the band. The band, as we saw, it was LST LST underscore day LST underscore day underscore 1 kilometer. So I hope you saw that. So if I just go back to the image collection, if you go to the bands, you can see that we have the LST. You can copy this if you like. So it is LST day 1 kilometer. So close that. So the next thing is that we need to convert from Kelvin to degrees Celsius. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is you can write a comment here and say convert to degrees Celsius, like that, from Kelvin. So down here I'm going to write a variable, and this variable is going to say MODIS underscore Celsius is equal to the MODIS LST data. So copy that variable here, and then you need to say dot map. So you need to say dot map through, and I'm going to map through a function. This function will have an image. So image, like that, and then here I can just return the image. After returning the image, I'll need to multiply with the scale. So I'll say dot multiply with the scale, which was 0.02, and then I'll say dot subtract. I'll subtract 273.15. Remember, this is how we normally do convert from Kelvin to degrees Celsius. Then I say dot copy. So I'm going to copy the properties of the Kelvin to the degrees Celsius. So properties, and here I'll need to get the image, and that image we need also to get the system time underscore start. So after that, so we have the copy properties, image, system, time start. You put a semicolon there, and so the next thing is we need to get to create a chart. We need to create a chart. So make sure you save your work. So down here we need to create a UI chart that we can visualize here on the console and see how the temperature has been varying throughout the month on each day. So you can also leave a comment and say create a UI chart. Yeah, so you can say variable LST underscore chart is equal to UI. So from Google Ad Engine, you can say UI dot chart dot image, and the chart supposed to be uppercase C, dot chart dot image dot series, and this is going to take in some properties. Yeah, so down here you can say properties. The first one is the image collection. Of course, you need to get the image collection and then get the region of interest, and so on. So here you need to say the image collection. Image collection is going to be our Celsius. So MODIS, you copy this, you need to Control C that one, and then you paste it here. Put a comma, and then the next one is the region. So the region is UAE, and then the reducer function. So we need to get the mean. So we say reducer from Google engine dot reducer dot mean, like that. So this is you can also have a comment here and say that we want to get the daily land surface temperature. That's why we are doing the mean. So you can say calculate, you just say calculate daily LST. Okay, so put a semicolon here first. The next thing is to get the scale. So we'll say scale is 1000. You remember it was 1000. And then the next thing is the X property. So the X property is the system, and the system is the time underscore start. Then the next thing is to set the options for the title and the vertical axis. So here you need to say set options, and this is also a function that takes some objects inside. So the first one is the title, and the title is going to be LST UAE February 2022. That is the title for our chart. Then we also need to get the vertical axis. Vertical axis is going to be to have a title, and the title is going to be the LST in degrees Celsius. LST degrees Celsius, like that. Then you close that thing, you put a semicolon at the end, and so you need also to save your work, and then you print the chart. So here we can just print the chart. The chart is the LST chart. So Control C and then Control V there, put a semicolon, and then you need to run the code. So it says that error generating chart date range bad date. Okay, we did a mistake here, so we need to go up to 28. Yeah, you remember it was not a leap year, so it cannot be up to 29. So save that and enter. So it says LST day did not match the bands available. Supposed to be 1 kilometer. Oops, I'm sorry for these type of errors. Let's run and see what is the next error. We don't get another error. Okay, so I'll need to like enlarge this console so that I get a very large chart. Yes, now we get the chart here. Let's just take a look at the chart. So on the first day it was around 35 degrees Celsius. The following day it was 30, 31, dropped to 30, dropped to 35, then drop all the way to 27 on the 6th day of the month. Then the highest temperature, it was 39.753 degrees Celsius. That was on 26th of February 2022. Yeah, so we got our visualization here correctly. So the next thing is we need to visualize the map itself. So to do that, you need first to get some visualization parameters for the shapefile. So here you just say variable viz, you can say UAE underscore viz is equal to a certain object with color. The color is going to be 32, so 32 6 DA 8. Okay, and then you also need to get the fill color. So fill color sorry, fill color is something like 00 000000. So this is the transparent color, and we also need to get the width of our shapefile, so the boundary. So we are defining the colors for the shapefile and not the image collection. So here you need to say 1. Okay, so we have 1 there, so the width of our shapefile. The next thing is that we need to, before we add to the map, we need to get the mean of our image collection, which is the MODIS Celsius, because adding the larger image collection, it might take quite some time. So we need to say variable mean is equal to the MODIS Celsius, which we have above here. Where is it? This one here. So you copy that, and then you say dot mean, you call dot mean and dot clip. We're going to clip to the area of interest, which is the UAE. After doing that, we need now to add things to the map. So before adding anything to the map, of course, we need to center to our object. That means that when we click on run, we shall be taken to the place where we are supposed to be, because right now we are somewhere in Europe, but you know very well that the UAE is not in the European Union. So here we need to say that map.center object, map.center object, we get the UAE shapefile. The zoom level is 8. You can give it anything. Then we need to say map.add layer, map.add layer, and we are going to add the mean image collection, and then we need to get the visualization parameters as empty because we are going to define those manually. You give it a layer name as LST underscore feb, like that, and then we say map.add layer. We are going to add now the shapefile, which is the UAE, and the UAE you need to say dot style, and we pass in the UAE underscore viz. I hope this is how it is. So you can copy this and just replace it with that one. And then you also need to pass in an empty visualization parameter, because if you leave it, you remember the map.add layer expects like some range of a predefined range of parameters inside, but if you just pass in 2, then it will produce an error. So you need at least 3. However, we have our visualization parameters already defined, but we still need to pass in this to just tell you that this one can still be null. Then we have the UAE name of the layer. So you need to add a semicolon at the end of every line. Click on save and run. Okay, so after you've done that, you can see that we got a black image here. So if you go here to the layers, we can remove the UAE, remove the image. So the image is what is the LST, and the UAE is that's the boundaries. You can see you can add and remove the boundary. So let's take a look at the image collection. We need to change the colors so that it actually becomes clear. So to do that, just click on this icon here, which is the settings icon. When you click on that, you can see that we have now the visualization parameters with our band, which is LST day 1 kilometer. This is what we selected from our image collection. To change the colors, you need to go to the palette, click on the palette, and then you can add colors that you want to have. So the first color that I would like to get is some dark green, like so. Then the next color is this light green, some light green like this one. Click on OK. Click on this plus icon again to add some other color. Like I like to get this yellow color here. Click on OK. I also like to get some pinkish color here. I don't know if it is pink, but just click around here to get the color. And then The last one is the deep red, so I can pick it here, some reddish color. Click on that one, then okay, so after that you need to click on the, you need to stretch to 100% instead of custom. So here on the custom, click on custom and then stretch to 100%. Then you click on apply. So you get the color there, and then you can just import these colors. So if you click on import, it is going to import to your project here. You need to copy that if you don't want to, every time when you rerun your code, you go back to the parameters and then change manually. You can just come and remove this one here and then you paste it there. After that, now you click on run, the colors will just apply automatically. Yes, so we can see we have our land surface temperature image here, but we need to inspect. So click on inspect and now if you click on the, let's say the red color, if you click on a red pixel, you see that it shows 36.9, almost 37 degrees Celsius, which is the highest. If you click on the yellow pixel, it shows you that it's around 30 degrees. If you click on the deep green, like that, it changes to around 23 degrees Celsius. So this means that the highest temperatures are represented by the red colors and the lowest temperatures are represented by the deep green colors. Okay, so this is it. I hope you have learned something and you have also enjoyed throughout the tutorial. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like to the video. You can also share with other friends so that they can also discover this knowledge from my channel. Make sure to subscribe. I hope you have enjoyed and you have a nice day.